Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you what has been added, changed and fixed in the first two pre-releases of Minecraft 1.18.2, and we'll take a look at some Minecraft 1.19 news by seeing what the developers posted on Twitter during the last week. So if you like Minecraft videos like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft 1.19 news and other Minecraft videos. And so currently I am in the second pre-release of Minecraft 1.18.2, and so the reason I didn't upload a video specifically for the pre-releases is that there isn't that much that was added, and we can cover it right here. And so the first pre-release actually had some interesting changes. So first of all, any Minecraft players having a 32-bit environment will get a warning that that won't be supported in the future. The data pack version has been changed from 8 to 9, and it's now possible to add custom structures in XML data packs. So that's just some data pack stuff going on there. And also you can now customize cave generation in data packs. But as for actual in-game stuff, there are some changes to both the locate command and the locate biome command. So first of all, as for the locate command, of course it's used to search for structures, but you can now search for a couple more structures and a little bit more specific. So you can search for structures that can be located by a dolphin. So that's for example a shipwreck or an ocean ruin and stuff like that. So if I do this one, we locate this one, we see that we find an ocean ruin cold, and that is the nearest structure that can be found using a dolphin. So I don't think that's super useful. But what is for example useful if we don't use the hashtag, but we just go for Minecraft. Now for example we can also search for a mesa mineshaft, which previously you could just search for a mineshaft, but now you can specify if it's a mesa mineshaft or not. And you can also now search for two different types of ocean ruins, the different types of ruined portals. So let's say we want a ruined portal in a jungle for example, we can locate that, and then there we go. If we teleport over to these coordinates, we'll find ourselves in a jungle near a ruined portal. And then there's also beach shipwrecks you can search for, and different types of villages, which is really nice. So you can go to a specific type of village instead of having to just go to a random village, which you can still do by just going to Minecraft village and putting a hashtag in front like this, and then we'll just search for the nearest village. And apparently that's the taiga village. And so we can teleport there, and then we go to the nearest village, which is a taiga village. And look at that, there we go. So that's actually really useful that you can now search a little bit more specifically for structures using the locate command. Something similar is happening for locate biome, and that is that you now also have some hashtag parts here. So that's actually the tags. And so you can search for a biome that has a bastion remnant. You can search for a biome that has a desert pyramid. Well, whatever. So let's say we want to go to a biome with a pillager outpost, for example. We just do locate biome, has structure pillager outpost, press enter. And well, apparently this taiga we're in right now also has a pillager outpost. So let's zoom out a little bit. Well, this might not be perfect because yes, this is the entire taiga biome right here, and there's definitely not a pillager outpost here. So that's a little odd, but alright. And apart from this tag, there's also, if we scroll down, you can teleport to any type of badlands, any type of beach, any type of deep ocean, forest, any type of hill, any type of jungle, any type of mountain, nether biome, ocean biome, river, and any type of taiga biome. So for example, if you teleport to an is hill biome, this means that we could for example go to windswept forest, which is a hill biome. Over here, there's a little hill. Beautiful. And then there are also a couple of other changes. For example, dolphins will now more accurately pick the closest structure, regardless of type. And the bastion remnant bounding boxes are slightly more accurate. And then there are also a couple of bug fixes, like that structure-related mobs will now spawn in flat world generations, and ruined portals will now be able to spawn in super flat worlds. And there are a couple more bug fixes there, but I don't think they're that interesting. So if you want to read through the entire patch notes, I'll leave links to both the first and second pre-releases patch notes in the description down below, along with the developer tweets we'll check out later on in the video, where we have a preview of the new Mangrove swamp biome. And so the second pre-release of Minecraft 1.18.2 just fixed a couple of bugs, and so for example that strongholds could generate in the void biome, that should no longer happen. Super flat worlds should now be able to be created again, and nether fortress mobs should no longer spawn outside of nether fortresses. So just some minor bugs, but of course stuff that needs to be fixed before a final release is issued. But that's it for the pre-releases. Now let's move over to the developer tweets about Minecraft 1.19. So let's head over to Twitter. And so first of all, we have a tweet by King B-Dogs, who posts a picture of the warden, and you just see in the subtitles, warden heartbeats and then warden whines. It's sad. Oh. And of course, yes, we also got the first Deep Dark experimental snapshot earlier this week. And if you want to know how to download it, then check out the link in the top right of your screen. And also related to the warden, we have a nice video here by Chi of the warden imaging from the ground, where you can see it very, very clearly. So let's look at this. Here we go, there's the warden. It grabs the ground with its hands and then pushes itself out of the ground like that. So it's a nice way to look at that animation a little bit more clearly. And somebody also replied with the animation of the warden digging back on the ground, which I didn't really get to show off in the last video, but there is that animation. And that occurs when the warden despawns after not hearing any vibrations for 60 seconds. It's a really cool animation. And the warden just kicks up a little bit at the end as well. It's very cute. There we go. Alright, then here King B-Dogs and Doc M actually remind me of something that I forgot to mention during the video where I showed off the first Deep Dark experimental snapshot. Link to the review video is in the top right of your screen. But what Doc M here says is that the property of reinforced deep slate of being movable with a piston is intended. Ah, cool. But yeah, King B-Dog says that this was unintended. And so as I've mentioned to some people, there is an interesting design space to be explored about wither-proof movable blocks. And so yeah, the reinforced deep slate was actually movable with pistons, and it couldn't be blown up by TNT or wither skulls. And also you can't obtain it by mining it. But here also King B-Dog says that in saying that, I don't know if that's a space we're going to explore this update. So this might be a feature that will be reverted, that you can move the reinforced deep slate, but we'll have to wait for a future snapshot of course to see that. But also King B-Dogs replies with, it would be kind of funny if we literally added a new block called Wither Cage that cannot be obtained by mining. And also a new enchantment was added in the first experimental snapshot, which was Swift Sneak, which caused your speed when sneaking to increase to 75% of your walking speed. And so it was an enchantment you could only put on your boots, but it was incompatible with Depth Strider, with Soul Speed and more enchantments, and so people wanted to get Swift Sneak on leggings instead. And King B-Dogs just says, okay, alright, so we might see it in the second experimental snapshot, hopefully. And then of course, if you've checked out the new experimental snapshot, make sure to give the developers some feedback. I will also leave a link to this feedback form in the description down below, because yeah, they really need it to know what the players are thinking about this snapshot and how they can improve it and get future snapshots to be even better than it currently already is, because the first snapshot was amazing already. I also wanted to mention this, so Lady Agnes just shared some screenshots of a nice world with a seed that's for both Bedrock and Java. And so that is because in the latest beta preview, Bedrock now actually has 64-bit seeds, and it means that any seed you type in Java Edition will look the same in Bedrock Edition. So that currently isn't in the full release for Bedrock Edition just yet, but once it updates, we should be able to just see the same seeds in Java Edition and Bedrock Edition, which is some parity we've been looking for a very, very long time. And then a little bit more about the Swift Sneak enchantment. So King B-Dogs mentions that some people mention it's only useful in the Deep Dark, but he argues it's also useful outside of that biome, just for fast bridging, any sort of building project, or crawl mining super fast. And I totally agree. Just being able to shift faster is incredible, especially for people that aren't good at bridging and stuff like that. They can now bridge a whole lot faster, especially if you just like want to cross a big gap in the nether. This will just increase the speed of that, and it's really, really useful. And of course, that's less useful in Bedrock Edition because there the placement of blocks in bridging is a little bit different. But for Java Edition at least, it's really useful. And then Nemon is asking for a little bit more specific feedback, and that's especially about the skulk spreading mechanics. And so if you want to leave some feedback, I will leave a link to the tweets, of course, down in the description. And there's also something interesting here with the top suggestion, and that is that currently the Ender Dragon death doesn't cause the skull catalyst to spread skulk. And Nemo says that it just hasn't been implemented yet. The dragon's death is special. So yeah, that's some weird wording there, but let's see what that means in the future. And also currently the skulk actually doesn't drop XP when it's broken with TNT, but it should be the case in the future, because it should be no different than current ore blocks. And then we have a really interesting tweet here by Japa, who says some insights in the new upcoming Mangrove biome, still work in progress, but we want to know what you think. Unfortunately, it will need to stay in the oven for a little while longer, so it will not be in any upcoming snapshots or betas. So you'll probably not see the mangrove in any of the experimental snapshots, but once we get some regular snapshots for Minecraft 1.19, we'll hopefully see these mangrove swamp biomes being added. And so let's look at this video here by Japa. And so we can see that he just flies around a beautiful mangrove swamp with the mangrove trees. And so we can see that the mangrove trees have the mangrove roots underneath as well, that spread out a little bit more than normal Minecraft trees would. And along with that, I think the leaves are also a different type of leaf, so it would probably be mangrove leaves, but they do seem to just have regular Minecraft vines on top of them. And all throughout the mangrove swamp we see the propagules hanging from the mangrove trees, which will of course spread more mangrove trees in the future. And the entire floor is made up of mud, of course, which is also a block we haven't seen in any of the snapshots or betas just yet. And so apart from the video, we also have some stills over here, some screenshots, where we can see the blocks in a little bit more detail. And so here, for example, we see the mud on the bottom here, we see some vines, we see the mangrove leaves, the mangrove roots, and then also the, well, I don't know what this is, but it's more of a 2D texture, like the glow lichen and the skulk veins that come off the mangrove roots. So I guess that's a new block there as well. And of course, we also get a nice look at the propagules up here. And there's some more images, but I don't think there is anything else interesting going on in here. And so people have also left some feedback on this tweet. And Jasper, thanks you all for the feedback. And there's stuff that they're already considering. So for example, some stuff that might be added in the future is some more inland water in these biomes. There most likely will be some dead bushes added to it. And it would push up the stick theme a bit more. Alright. And finally, they might add patches of grass to make the floor more diverse. Because, yeah, if you look at these screenshots here, the floor is just one color, of course. That doesn't really matter if you're, for example, in the plains and there are some flowers all around to add some extra color to it. But here's just the gray mud and then sometimes some brown from the roots. So it might be nice to get some extra color in there. And so there we go. That's everything I wanted to show you for this video. Both the first and second Minecraft pre-release for 1.18.2 and the latest Minecraft 1.19 news from Twitter. So if you like this video, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft 1.19 news and other Minecraft videos. I want to thank my tier 3 member, the Smikkelaar. Thank you so much for becoming a tier 3 member. If you also want to become a member, click the blue join button below the video to check out the different tiers. But there we go. I hope you all enjoyed the upsell in the next one. So until then, bye bye.